Hi, everyone. So I had a conversation with my cousin last month that was very interesting because he was surprised to find I was saving for retirement even at 38 years old. You're still kind of young. Do you really want to think about that? And I told him, yeah, I know, but you never know what could happen. Everything could go just like that. And he did agree with me, and he's about 5 years older than me, so that makes a little bit more sense to him because he's got to think about retirement and where he wants to be when he decides to retire as well. And even though there's a chance we could work a part-time job, you never know what could happen. It could go again just like that. And a lot of the reasons why I have been thinking about retirement isn't just now, it's actually something I've been thinking about since 2008 when I was 21 years old, because the financial crisis of 2008 happened. And as a millennial who was born in the 1980s, I remember those times, and they were not great for a lot of people. There were some who had it much worse than me, and there were some who had it much worse than my parents. But that financial crisis of 2008 really was an eye opener, at least for me as a college student. I was fortunate not to go into student loan debt, but there were other people who were not as lucky than me and are still struggling to pay off that loan debt even today. But I really started to think more about budgeting and finances at that time in 2008 and really thinking about retirement, even though it was very early on and I still had my whole life and years ahead of me. I think it was important for me to do that though, in order to really think about saving money, budgeting, putting retirement in. I didn't start doing like 401ks or anything like that till about 2017, which I've always regretted because I think if I had put it in earlier, I probably would have a little bit more money in that regard. But I'm thankful that I did that. It worked out well for me. And I do think it's important just to think about those goals, especially in retirement, as much as possible, which is why I have different videos on finances here. But again, you should always consult a professional, an expert, and a financial planner. I am not an expert in it at all. I'm just more of a personal one there. But I do think thinking about this is very good because from the financial crisis of 2008, again, really opened my eyes to things. And it's why I do have a level of sympathy for Generation Z because I think they're actually coming into the job market is much worse than what I experienced in 2008, where there were a lot of struggles, but I actually think it's much worse here in 2026. But that's just my take on retirement and why I'm planning to retire or at least save for retirement. But let me know what you think. Leave any comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you.